called about you yelling at some people?
Yelling at people?
Yeah.
Never yelled at a single person. I got it on video the whole time.
Alright, well, it seems like the property owners do not want you on property, and the owner is here to leave.
Guy looks really
So
young.
we got a couple problems here. Hey, you're committing a felony right now.
Police.
I did a public records request between the county as well as the city of Covington and this postal office. This postal property is exclusive jurisdiction. It's not concurrent legislative jurisdiction, which means unless you're a federal peace officer, and if you are, then you need to tell me, you have that much jurisdiction.
Poster 7.
I have the evidence on me right now. I want to see it.
I would love to see it.
So, here's what I'm going to tell you. When I show you this, I need you to get off the property with that firearm because you're not allowed to be here with it. And I do mean that. I will call the FBI. I will have someone come over here and you will go to jail.
Okay. Back, everybody. I'm a police trainer and instructor. I train and instruct law enforcement and military all over the country on various law enforcement disciplines to include constitutional law, case law, patrol tactics, etc. And here let me just say, it's amazing, and this should be a lesson for everybody. It's amazing what you can get away with when you act confidently like you know what you're talking about. And so we're going to talk about post office. We're going to talk about post offices. We're going to talk about federal law. We're going to talk about Poster 7 because a lot of activists like to flaunt a Poster 7. So I think it's important because this is something that's been mystified within criminal justice and law enforcement in general. So here a claim, an accusation is made that this police officer is violating the rights of this person and violating federal law by entering into that building with a firearm. And so we're going to talk about that. But as we can see here, this deputy, he looks very young. I mean, he looks like he's super young. In fact, not knowing this individual, if you were to tell me he was not outside of uniform and he was not 21, I would believe you. This is a very young-looking police officer. As you can tell, he's very timid. He doesn't have all that confidence there, which, again, I'm not saying is a bad thing, but it's very clear based upon this interaction that he feels very uncomfortable about the situation. And the way we change that, because we know that fear and uncomfortability can lead to bad things, it's important that we train our officers, we train our citizens on the subject matter that is important. I think constitutional law, case law, and patrol tactics, like I said before, are important. So let's look at the federal law. So federal law is 18 U.S.C. 930, possession of firearms and dangerous weapons in federal facilities. So subsection A, except as provided in subsection D, whoever knowingly possesses or causes to be present a firearm or other dangerous weapon in a federal facility other than a federal court facility or attempts to do so shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. And then here we see the lawful performance of official duties by an officer, agent, or employee of the United States, a state, or political subdivision thereof, who is authorized by law to engage in or supervise the prevention, detection, investigation, or prosecution of any violation of the law. So, a police officer being called for service, especially when it is the employees of a facility, of a postal facility, this federal law, 18 U.S.C. 930 in subsection D says, yes, you can absolutely be in the performance of your lawful duties. So was this officer in the performance of their lawful duties when asked to come by employees of that agency? Absolutely. That would absolutely be covered under USC 930. Now let's look at Poster 7, because Poster 7 is something that's highly publicized. So first we're going to look at enforcement. As you can see here, I'm going to make this screenshot a little smaller here. Not smaller, but I'm going to blow it up for you. So enforcement, right? Security force personnel will exercise the power under 18 U.S.C. 301C subsection 2, are responsible for enforcing regulations in this notice in a manner that will protect U.S. Postal Service property. Postmasters or installation heads, with the approval of the chief inspector or designee, enter into agreement with state and local enforcement agencies to ensure enforcement of regulations in a manner that will protect the U.S. Postal Service property. Postal inspectors, officer of the inspector general, special agents, and anyone designated by the chief patrol may also enforce these regulations. Again, this is Poster 7 that everyone talks about, PSN 7690-03-000-9181. Now let's look at penalties and other law just above. So we have Alleged violations of these rules and regulations are heard, and the penalties prescribed therein are imposed either in federal district court or by a federal magistrate in accordance with the appellate court rules. Individuals found guilty of violating these rules and regulations while on property under the charge and control of the Postal Service are subject to a fine provided in 18 U.S.C. 3571 or imprisonment of no more than 30 days or both. Nothing contained in these rules and regulations shall be construed to stop any other federal laws or regulations of any state or local laws and the regulations applicable to any area in which the property is situated. Again, this is poster 7. This is what a lot of activists like to point to, and if you look at poster 7, there's a lot of stuff in there. Poster 7 is a great poster, but as you can see here, nothing is going to prevent, and they're saying nothing should prevent local law enforcement, county law enforcement, state law enforcement, special agents from enforcing applicable federal and state law. Again, this comes straight from the source. Obviously, you have the information. You do with it as you please. But again, I think the rules and regulations that are afforded and presented that are hanging on the wall, and I think 18 U.S. Code, again, 930, subsection D, again, ascertains and provides affirmatively that this young deputy was not in the wrong in violation of federal law. Thank you, and as always, long live the Republic.